All right. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, hometown, San Francisco, welcome.
My pleasure to be here.
Very exciting times as we're counting down to the election. This election really is like no other.
No other. We hear every election, we say, this is the most important election in our lifetime. And maybe up until now, those have been. This one is in its class all by itself. So much expectation.
And there are some propositions here in California,
yes.
One near and dear to your heart. What are you here for today?
Well, today I wanted to add my voice to Senator Feinstein, Senator Boxer, President Clinton, 300 pediatricians, scores of California constitutional and family law scholars, those in business leaders in opposition to Proposition 8, including just about every major newspaper has editorialized against Proposition 8, including the San Diego Union Tribune and the Orange County Register, two very conservative newspapers.
Now, this proposition is being watched not only in California, but all across the nation. Why so much pressure on this one proposition?
Well, this is a mean-spirited proposition that is discriminatory and unfair, and it diminishes freedom that is in the California state constitution. You always go in the direction of more freedom, not less.
The polls show that so far, anyway, it's more people want no on the proposition, yes. But one never knows. There are still days.
It's a close race, and it's very important that as people turn out to vote for president, that they stay there to vote for all the other offices there, including Congress, and that they stay to vote for on the constitutional amendments, in this case, against Proposition 8.
For folks who have been watching the barrage of commercials, because there's a lot of money, what, $69 million poured into this proposition.
Quite a bit of money.
And a lot of it coming from outside the state. Mm-hmm. So there is some vested interest one way and the other for this proposition. But you watch the commercials, and it seems that it's off focus. I mean, the pro-Prop 8 really is focusing on children and school, yes. And what's being taught. What's the truth?
Well, the truth is that 300 pediatricians have come out against Proposition 8. Jack O'Connell, a superintendent of public instruction, has come out and said the arguments being made in relationship to schools on Prop 8 are not true. It has nothing to do with the schools. But it's campaign time, and the Yes on 8 people are desperate to find something that will resonate with the public, whether it is true or not, or whether it relates to Proposition 8 or not. That's why, whatever you think about gay marriage and the rest, it's important to care about the Constitution of the state of California and vote no, and ignore these arguments that are not based on fact.
Okay, whatever happens in California on Tuesday night, is that going to affect same-sex marriages and how it's viewed federally and around the nation?
Well, our Constitution is non-discriminatory and is fair to all people in our state. We would hope that our Constitution and that fairness that has been upheld by the California State Supreme Court a matter of months ago would be something that would lead the way for in our country.
All right, more commercials. They have used our Mayor Gavin Newsom. Mm-hmm. How this affects him. If this should win, what does that do for his chances in his bid as governor? Well,
I'm here today to talk about no on Proposition 8. The new commercials that are coming out with Senator Feinstein, I think speak very clearly to why Proposition 8 should be defeated. The politics of the politics are what they are. But what is important here is that the Constitution be honored, that fairness and non-discrimination be the order of the day, and that Proposition 8 be defeated.
One of the other exciting propositions, and I know this because your office put out a press release, 1A, the train from San Francisco to LA.
Very exciting.
Why do you like this so much?
This is about the future. When I became Speaker of the House, my flagship issue was energy independence and addressing the climate crisis. This is a part of that. This is a way for California, once again, to lead the way, to drive another golden spike into the rails for the future. It's about reducing our dependence on foreign oil, which is a national security issue. Sure. It's an environmental health issue. It's an economic issue. And it's a moral issue to preserve this beautiful God-given planet that we have. It's also about time. It's the time that people will save if they take a high-speed rail rather than drive in their cars
well, Japan's had the bullet train since the 60s.
60s.
It seems actually we're a little bit overdue, but any of the propositions that have money attached to them, is there some concern that people are you know, they're a little tight with the money right now? How does
well,
this
they
play
always
out?
are. That's always an issue on propositions that require some funding and bonding, et cetera. But this one is a savings for because this is a public-private initiative, and the federal, if this passes, then the federal government has to ante up, the private sector has to ante up, and no funds of this can be spent unless the full package is there for this particular San Francisco LA route. And it's exciting. You cannot go backward. You have to go forward. And Proposition 1X, salute all of those. Quentin Kopp, who's been in the lead on the commission that put this together, and all. Again, I joined Senator Feinstein and Mayor Newsom this morning in support of Proposition 1A. We cannot afford to reject 1A. As I said this morning, our hopes for a better future are riding on high-speed rail.
All right. Pinpointing those hopes and the whole, what's going on in this election. Watching last night The Daily Show, Jon Stewart, he's interviewing Bill Kristol from the Daily Standard, who says, no big deal, it's just another election. What's all the excitement about? What is all the excitement about, truly?
The excitement is about a great leader, one who comes along every now and then with a great vision for America, Barack Obama, with a great intellect to quickly process ideas, make judgments based on values and knowledge and experience, with a strategy for success to take our country in a new direction, and a gift of eloquence to unite the American people, to bring us back to my country 'tis of the sweet land of liberty, without the poisonous atmosphere that exists now. I did see that show. I think that when Bill Kristol mentioned that, he sort of laughed, because he knows that any election is very, very important. Any election for president is a big deal. When the American people have placed their hopes, dreams, aspirations, and the challenges they face into this election, as they have with Barack Obama, the expectations are high. That's why we want to have a big, strong victory for him, big, strong majorities in the House and the Senate, so the American people can hold us accountable for this new direction. And I'm certain they won't be disappointed. Okay,
and of course the highlight of this conversation is people are taking notes. They go, Speaker of the House watches The Daily Show.
Oh, all right. I love it. I love it.
That's where we get our news.
I've been on it, and I enjoy it, and it helps to be able to laugh at politics, because it is funny sometimes.
Otherwise you would cry. Okay. All right, great. I have a million other questions to ask you, but I'm sure we need to kind of wrap this up.
Well, we want to make sure we stay with Proposition 8, because that is the here and now, and that is where the election is close.
Well, I know, just bringing it back around to Obama and McCain, Obama is against it and McCain actually supports it. Are you hoping that Senator Obama will come and perhaps in the final minutes lend stronger support?
I don't think Senator Obama will be coming to California. I think he's up there to win the White House, and California is so overwhelmingly in his camp that he's probably spending his time, as I think is appropriate, in the states that he needs to win.
But I just mean in the whole, media platform for him to say, hey, Prop 8, this is something that matters.
He has said that.
All right, so you're not
and
expecting any
whatever
last
people
minute.
think about gay marriage, this is about the Constitution of the state of California. And so people who disagree or agree on gay marriage can all agree that Proposition 8 is a very bad idea and it should be defeated.
One thing I didn't ask you, but say it does go through, what happens the next day? What is your fear?
Well, I'm confident in the people of California that, again, that whatever our differences on the issue of gay marriage, the proposition is a bad idea. I have confidence that it will be defeated, and we're working all very hard to make sure that's the case as we try to elect more people to the Congress, and most important of all, to elect Barack Obama, the next president of the United States.
Okay. Speaker, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.